Welcome to a brand new episode of Johnson's Court. Today it's only me. It's been a while since it's only been me on the podcast, but hey, I'm super excited to bring you the last episode of the NFL season, the Super Bowl episode. Now, yes, I wish I could have Rio. Yes, I wish I could have Beagle on the channel and make it a little bit more exciting going in to the last game of the NFL season. But hey, it's here. This is what we have been waiting for all year long. Now, with that being said, we're going to get right into it. Beagle went 1-1 last week. I went 0-2. Rio went 0-2. So Beagle's got the best record coming in at 10-2. And then Rio and I are tied actually at 8-4. Now, no one's going to catch Beagle because there's only one game left. So the best I could do is 9-4. Beagle could go 10-3, but Beagle would still win. But when we do one more episode after this of the NFL Super Bowl kind of recap, we'll add up all the scores, the records, and see what we ended with playoff and regular NFL season and total. So pretty excited, super excited to go about that because I have records of last year to be able to compare the two. Sorry if I sound a little tired. It is getting a little late and getting up early mornings. And so, hey, that's just life. But before I really dive into the NFL news and then the kind of games that happened 2 weeks ago, because the episode's coming out a week later than normal just because the Super Bowl isn't played until this Sunday because the Pro Bowl is played in between. So actually watched a couple of things with that. But anyways, more important news going in to just life in general, NBA, one of the greatest sports moments I'll ever witness in my life. I had to stay up. I had to watch it. I guess that's why I'm kind of tired as well. Is LeBron James passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most points ever in NBA history.
Witness greatness.
He is now the all-time leading scorer. He needed 36 points to pass Kareem, and he did it in the third quarter with about a minute left. Hit a fadeaway, smooth shot. Knew it was going in as soon as he took it. And, unbelievable moment. Just something that I never thought as a record that would be broken. It's one of those records that were so far out there that I was like, no way is it ever going to happen. Kind of like Wilt's 100 points in one game. But no, this record was definitely something that I just couldn't believe. I mean, he broke it in his 20th season, Kareem played 20 seasons, so it's just one of those things where he's not done yet. He's going to add to that point total, and now that he broke the record, now I believe that record will never be broken. I think LeBron will hold that forever. Kareem did hold it for 38 years, almost 40 years. Now maybe we have a generational talent. Something comes along where somebody like I was going to say like the second prototype of LeBron or something will be able to come in and do the same thing. But, we never know. But like I said, I never thought it'd be broken, but records are made to be broken. But I don't think this one will ever be broken again because LeBron's going to run up that record pretty high. He's still got 2 or 3 years left to play, so that's a lot of points. But congrats to LeBron James. No matter what you think of him, you can't deny greatness, just like, leads me into my next point. Tom Brady. Tom Brady officially retired from the NFL. I was going to ask Rio, Beagle, how are we feeling about this? How is the public feeling about Tom Brady retiring for a second time? Is this one for good? I believe it's for good. I think just with everything going on, I really think that, he just really wants to now be a dad. I think that, life has really hit him that, it's time to move on, not necessarily saying that, his body could probably take it, but it's all about the mind and, if you still want to play. I think Tom Brady definitely still had another year to play, but, really he should have retired when he did, but, he still played another season. So just great to see him, back. He retired after losing in the playoffs to the Dallas Cowboys. So at least he made it to the playoffs his last NFL season. But, congrats to Tom Brady on retiring and, good luck with future endeavors with what he's going to do with his, non-football career now. Next, this is a big thing. So this happened, I think, the day before. This may have happened this happened on the same day, actually. I was sitting in a restaurant, that's how I know. Sean Payton will now be the new head coach of the Denver Broncos. Now, he was, the head coach of the Saints. And so, what the Denver Broncos decided to do for a coach, I've never seen this happen in my lifetime. Maybe it happened when I was little and not really paying attention and being a big fan of the NFL. But this is the first time I've really ever seen this. The Denver Broncos are sending their 2023 first-round pick, which is 30th overall, and a 2024 second-round pick to New Orleans for Sean Payton. Now, this is just crazy to see, to give up that much for a coach. But Sean Payton is one of the legendary coaches out there. Yes, he's only won one Super Bowl, I believe. But, the Denver Broncos believe that, they've pushed all their chips. They're going all in with Russell Wilson, Sean Payton, and, building that offense and everything that they need to do to bring another Super Bowl back to Denver since Peyton Manning. I think it's crazy. I think it's, really cool to, see a team go about something like this because, like I said, I've never seen it. But, it's one of those things where I'll probably never see again. So we'll just see what, will this move really be the piece that they were missing in order to get Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to get to Super Bowl right away or in the same year that they get Sean Payton. He signed a 5-year deal, so he's got plenty of time to work, get plenty of time to build that roster and do things like that. So we'll just see. I'm talking so much because no one else is here with me, so I had to take a drink of water real quick. But now, we're just going on to the NFC Championship game and the AFC Championship game. I finally got a chair that I can lay back in, guys. So it feels nice that I don't have to send those stuffy chairs, and I got flowers right here. So, it's a great day. But the 49ers lost the Eagles pretty badly. It wasn't really much of a game. Early in the first quarter, Brock Purdy tore his UCL in his elbow. Then, no, I can't even think of his name. I think it's James Johnson. I'm not too exactly sure, but he's their fourth-string quarterback. He came in, played, tried to do what he could, ended up getting hurt. So then they put Brock Purdy back into the game, and you could just tell that he couldn't throw the ball more than 10 yards. Couldn't throw it more than 5 yards. So, you really should have used your emergency QB, Christian McCaffrey if you need to, just somebody to, at least try to win the game or make an effort because, you just saw once he had to eventually go back in, they weren't really trying. And that's just not a game that you want to watch, a game that nobody wants to watch. So, sad to see the 49ers didn't put up a bigger fight because, I figured, hey, Brock Purdy's going to take them to the promised land. They're going to go to the Super Bowl, and we'll see what happens there. But didn't happen, so that's my loss there. Beagle definitely, he did pick the Eagles, and I know he's riding with them, all the way probably into the Super Bowl as well. So, congrats to the Eagles winning the NFC Championship and now making it to the Super Bowl. Now, the Bengals played the Chiefs. Now, this was a very close game, tight game, a really good game, really came down to the end. Unfortunately, a Bengals player, I don't know his name, I didn't write it down, not to speak any more negative with how much hate and anger and everything that people were coming at him, his teammates, everybody. It's just one of those things where you cannot do that. I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter what team you are. That is a costly penalty to lose the game, especially when he was already going out of bounds anyways. There's no way he was ever going to cut back in. So, why would you just do that? I know, it's in the moment, your momentum, things like that. But, you're getting paid millions of dollars to, touch a football, to score touchdowns or, play on defense, whatever it may be. So you just think you'd be a little bit smarter, and it just sucks because it gave them 15 yards and the Chiefs were able to kick the game-winning field goal. Now, I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes couldn't have drove them 15 more yards and then still kicked the game-winning field goal. That could have happened. I'm not saying it wouldn't have. But, this game could have went to OT and we could have seen, not saying the Bengals would have won an OT. But, just kind of give more of a fair chance where that penalty just kind of was like, oh, like the game's over now. So I know you guys have reactions to that. So please, put it below. And, just let us, what you think. Wow. This is going to be a really short episode because it's just me. So it's kind of crazy. I'm looking up and I'm like, oh, we're only 10 minutes into it. So pretty short, pretty quick, but, getting right to the main points. Super Bowl picks. It's here, Super Bowl Sunday. I'm super excited, to hang out with some of my friends and, just, eat food, bet on the game, do things like that if you're responsible 21 years or older. So, we'll start with Beagle. I think everyone kind of knows if you've been watching the channel, who he's going to go with, who he's been riding with since the beginning of the playoffs all the way now to the Super Bowl since they are still in it. He's got the Philadelphia Eagles. He's flying high. It's really one of those things where, he moves to a new city and you got to support the team that it's there, So I don't blame him whatsoever, and the Eagles definitely have a chance to win this game. And the reason he believes that they're going to win this game is because they have a better D-line, which they have one of the best defenses in the league, between them and the 49ers and Cowboys as well. So, they were all up there. And then they have a better O-line as well. Patrick Mahomes is a little beat up. We'll get to that when I talk about the Chiefs here in a minute. But Jalen Hurts was hurt, obviously, a little bit. But then, was able to come back the last week of the regular season and then, play, get a bye and play when, they needed. Sorry, guys. To have him. And they were able to, he was able to take him to the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens. Today is obviously Wednesday. The episode comes out tomorrow. And so this Sunday will be a great game to watch. Now, Rio hasn't given me his pick yet. Like I said, he'll give it to me and then hopefully be on the next episode so we'll be able to talk about it. But, oh, wow, Lakers are fun. Well, hold on, guys. I just got this message. Trade deadline's coming up in the NBA. The Lakers are finalizing a 3-team trade for D'Angelo Russell. So it's kind of funny because, the snitch, when he had that going around, they want him back for 2 players in a deal involving Russell Westbrook and a 2027 first-round pick. So, I'm not sure what the other team is here. Russell could be going to the Timberwolves, obviously, because that's where D'Lo was, or another team. But, hey, great to see that they're moving on from Russell Westbrook. I have been saying that. But anyways, back to NFL, the main point of what we're making here. Between the Chiefs and the Eagles, now I'm not saying that this is a lopsided game whatsoever. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to come down to a touchdown or less, 3 to 6 points. It's going to be a great game. I'm going to love to watch it, going to be eating, good food, having a good time. So this is going to be a great game no matter what happens. I really feel like, I know Patrick Mahomes was a little beat up with that high ankle sprain, but he played pretty well versus the Bengals and, he's had another week to, rest up. So super excited to see what they're able to do, especially the Chiefs not having Tyreek Hill. That was the biggest question going into the season. Okay, can they make it back to the Super Bowl? How good of a team they're going to be without, their best player, their fastest player. And yes, Tyreek Hill had a great time, great season on Miami Dolphins and whatnot and had a great year. But this just shows that Patrick Mahomes can do it without, obviously, his best receiver. Other receivers stepped up, but he still had, one of the best, arguably, I say the best tight end in the game as of right now, Travis Kelce, if not one of the best tight ends of all time. So this is going to be a great game. I know I'm talking highly of the Chiefs and, not to, forget the Philadelphia Eagles. Talk highly of them as well. Jalen Hurts, is playing pretty well after coming back from being hurt. That whole team is this is just a really good matchup for a Super Bowl. And I think it's going to be one of the best Super Bowls that I feel like we've seen in, maybe the past 2 years or whatnot. So time to make my pick. I am personally going to go with Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to fly high with Beagle as well. Not saying that's the majority. I'm not sure who the majority has here. But this is going to be a great game no matter what. And it's going to be exciting. So definitely going to be one for the ages. If I had to guess who I think Rio's going to pick, I think he's going to go with the Chiefs, to be honest. Not to say that he just wants to be different from us. But I know Rio likes the Chiefs. It's one team that he's really like to watch. So I think he's going to go Chiefs. But obviously, like I said, he'll give us his pick and we'll go from there. But that's it, guys. This is a very short episode, so you don't have to listen to me talk for too long, but there will be another episode following up next week to talk about the Super Bowl recap. And then after that, we're going to get into the NBA. The All-Star break will be coming up here very soon because we are in February. So, actually, oh, wow. All-Star break is next week. Yeah, wow, crazy. So, time just kind of flies by. So definitely, going to have a episode about that as well. So might have a, recap and then why can't I think? I'm getting tired. a NBA one, but obviously the NFL one will come out on Thursday. This one, NBA will probably come out on like a Friday or Saturday because the All-Star weekend. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't want to talk your ear off too much, but thank you guys all for tuning in. This is Blue Haze Dreamers. This is Johnson's Court. Please watch highlight videos, everything. Thank you for supporting the channel. With that, have a great weekend and enjoy the Super Bowl Sunday if you guys watch it.